If you're the kind of person who loves the thrill of a good deal, the satisfaction of finding your favorite brand on sale, or just the simple joy of shopping for your family, you might want to brace yourself. Imagine walking into your local store, ready to pick up your weekly groceries or maybe splurge on a new pair of sneakers, only to find that everything, yes, everything, costs more than it did last week. It's not just a few cents here and there. We're talking about a wave of price hikes that could hit every aisle, every shelf, and every checkout counter in America. What's behind this sudden surge? Well, it's not a supply chain crisis, a natural disaster, or even a new tax from Congress. It's something that's making headlines across the country: Trump's new tariffs. These aren't just any tariffs, they're a sweeping, unprecedented move that could change the way Americans shop, save, and spend for years to come. Because everything, and we do mean everything, is about to get more expensive. From the cereal you pour in the morning to the phone you scroll through at night, the impact of these tariffs will ripple through every corner of your daily life. So here's the deal. Starting August 7th, the Trump administration is imposing a 10% tariff on nearly every single import that enters the United States. That's right, almost every product that comes from overseas will now be hit with an extra tax. This isn't just about steel or washing machines anymore. It's about the shoes on your feet, the phone in your pocket, the toys your kids play with, and even the food on your table. We're talking about everything from smartphones to sandals, laptops to luggage, and even those quirky kitchen gadgets you didn't know you needed. Unless your country managed to negotiate a special deal or exemption, you can expect to see higher prices on almost every imported good. And let's be honest, most of us rely on imports for a huge chunk of what we buy. But wait, it gets even more intense. China, America's biggest trading partner, is getting hit the hardest with a jaw-dropping 60% tariff slapped on its exports to the US. That's not just a bump in the road, that's a full-on trade earthquake. And it's not just China feeling the heat. Countries like Brazil and Canada, which supply everything from beef to cars, are also facing steep new tariffs. The message is clear. If you want to sell to America, you're going to pay a premium. So why is this such a big deal? Why are economists, business leaders, and everyday shoppers all sounding the alarm? The answer is simple. Nothing like this has ever happened before. Sure, past presidents have used tariffs as a tool, sometimes to protect a struggling industry, sometimes to send a message to a rival nation. But those moves were targeted, focused on a handful of products or countries. What Trump is doing now is on a whole different scale. It's a blanket approach, covering almost every product from almost every country. It's a trade policy earthquake, and the aftershocks are going to be felt far and wide. In the past, presidents might have slapped tariffs on steel from one country, or maybe put a tax on a specific type of car. But this is a global move, targeting nearly every nation that does business with the United States. It's like declaring a trade war on the world all at once. And the experts? They're warning that prices could rise, and fast. When the cost of imports goes up, businesses have a choice: eat the cost, or pass it on to you, the consumer. Guess which option most companies will choose? That's right, get ready to see your bills, receipts, and online shopping carts get a lot more painful. For the average American family, the numbers are staggering. Analysts estimate that these tariffs could cost you an extra $2,400 a year. That's money that could have gone to a family vacation, a new laptop for school, or just keeping up with rising rent. And it's not just the big-ticket items. Everyday essentials like shoes and clothes could jump by as much as 40%. Imagine paying almost half again as much for your kids' back-to-school wardrobe. Ouch. So, who comes out ahead in this new world order? Well, a few American steelmakers and factories might see a boost. With foreign competition facing higher costs, some U.S. manufacturers could find it easier to sell their products at home. That means more business for a handful of industries and maybe even a few new jobs in places that have struggled for years. For some, this is the dream scenario. American factories humming, workers clocking in for good-paying jobs, and a sense of pride in buying products made right here at home. Supporters of the tariffs argue that this is exactly what America needs: a chance to rebuild its manufacturing base, reduce dependence on foreign goods, and put American workers first. They point to towns that have lost factories to overseas competition and say, it's time to bring those jobs back. But for every winner, there are a lot of losers. Pretty much anyone who shops, meaning all of us, will feel the pinch. Farmers who rely on exporting their crops and livestock to other countries could see their markets dry up as foreign buyers retaliate with tariffs of their own. Small businesses that depend on imported parts or products may struggle to stay afloat as their costs skyrocket. And let's not forget about the ripple effects. When prices go up, people buy less. When people buy less, businesses make less money. When businesses make less money, they hire fewer workers, or even lay people off. It's a chain reaction that could slow down the entire economy, just as many families are already struggling to keep up with inflation and rising interest rates. So unless you're one of those rare folks who lives in a bunker stocked with a lifetime supply of sneakers, canned goods, and electronics, you're probably going to feel the impact. And even then, you might want to check the expiration dates, because this trade war could last a lot longer than your emergency rations. Of course, it wouldn't be a major policy shift without a flurry of lawsuits and international drama. Expect to see lawyers lining up at courthouses, foreign governments filing complaints with the World Trade Organization, and global leaders debating the future of free trade at every summit and conference. But unless the courts step in and put a stop to these tariffs, this is the new reality. The rules of the game have changed, and everyone, from the biggest multinational corporation to the smallest family business, will have to adapt. So, is this the dawn of a new golden age for American industry? Will we see a renaissance of manufacturing, with new factories rising and workers thriving in towns that have been left behind? Or is this just the beginning of a long, painful trade war that will leave everyone worse off in the end? Some call it Trade War II, the sequel. A high-stakes gamble that could reshape the global economy for a generation. Others see it as a necessary correction, a way to level the playing field and force other countries to play fair. But no matter where you stand, one thing is clear: the world is watching, and the stakes couldn't be higher. For millions of Americans, the real question is simple: how will this affect my life? Will I have to cut back on spending, delay big purchases, or change the way I shop? Will my job be at risk if my company relies on imports or exports? And what about the broader economy? Will these tariffs spark a recession, or will they really bring back the jobs and industries we've lost? Economists are divided. Some warn that the tariffs could backfire, leading to higher prices, slower growth, and even a global economic slowdown. Others argue that the short-term pain is worth it if it means a stronger, more self-sufficient America in the long run. The truth is, no one knows for sure what will happen next. Trade wars are unpredictable, and the global economy is more interconnected than ever before. What we do know is that the world is entering uncharted territory. Old alliances are being tested, new rivalries are emerging, and the rules of global trade are being rewritten in real time. Whether you're a business owner, a worker, or just someone trying to make ends meet, the decisions being made in Washington and capitals around the world will shape your future in ways big and small. So, what do you think? Is this the bold move America needs, or a risky gamble that could backfire? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Chaos Explained. We'll be following this story every step of the way, breaking down what it means for you, your family, and the world. Stay tuned, stay informed, and get ready for a wild ride.